Do you believe that you can feel when something's right? I once had this amazing mentor who taught me about making sure that something feels right. And even as a psychologist, I found it really hard to comprehend because it's such an abstract concept. Physical things are easy to say we can or cannot feel something. But when it comes down to being a sense of something feeling right, it's really difficult. It might be easier to say identify when something feels wrong because you might feel anxious or nervous. But identifying when something feels right, it's difficult, right? But in a work context, have you ever been doing something and you're doing what you think are like all the right things, but you're still getting stuck or feeling really frustrated? It could be the result of cognitive dissonance, which is basically like mental discomfort when your beliefs or your actions don't align. So, in a work, business, or leadership setting, an example could be that, say, you truly value work life balance, but despite what you believe in and what you value, you're still blurring the boundaries between work and home, you're working long hours, you're not prioritizing personal time. And the reason that matters is because over time, that gap gets bigger, the gap between what you actually believe in or value and what you're actually doing, what your behaviors are. And as it does, it starts to drain your motivation, your emotional resilience, your performance, and can lead to things like burnout. And in that process, your brain is constantly trying to look for alignment. And when that alignment's missing, it starts to create conflict and a lot of self doubt. So, if you think that you experience this mental discomfort or cognitive dissonance, firstly, just pause and reflect and ask yourself, are my actions aligned with what I actually value and what I actually want to be working towards? Through this process, you should be able to identify if there's a mismatch, and then you can look at where you are making compromises that don't serve that bigger picture. So, once you have figured that out, you can start scaling things back a bit to make sure that you do get back into alignment. So make small intentional adjustments, and that can be things like changing your behavior, changing your boundaries, or making sure that you're actually exercising your boundaries if you weren't before. And just make sure that you refocus your priorities so that they are aligned with your vision. So, if you do want to be working towards that sustainable success, make sure that you are in alignment and that everything flows from your vision and your purpose, because when that happens, things flow so much more easily and you won't be getting stuck or getting this really uncomfortable feeling of mental discomfort, which could be cognitive dissonance.